The Longhorn Factory Team is making the jump to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series after winning the World of Outlaws Championship with Brandon Shepard in 2025. Obviously, they have a new pilot behind the wheel in Brandon Overton, and they are going to be chasing the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in 2025. Wrote this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. This comes to us via an interview that Anthony Burroughs, the team's crew chief, gave with Flow Racing at the Performance Racing Industry Trade Show last week. Burroughs said this: "Yep, our main goal is to get ready to win a Lucas Oil Series championship. It's likely the beginning of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series season is where the team will begin its 2025 campaign as well. The season kicks off at Golden Isle Speedway beginning on January 15th. However, Burroughs did note there's always a possibility that the team could begin the season at the Wild West Shootout at Vado Speedway Park in New Mexico, which runs from January 4 through the 12th. However, Flow Racing's Kyle McFadden says that is unlikely, and Burroughs said this, explaining, "I would love to go to Vado, but being a new team, only having a couple days to get to Brunswick, our main goal right now is to be prepared for Lucas Oil and to be prepared for Speed Weeks. We're going to run all the races at Speed Week. That's the main focus for me. If everything works out and we have time, I'd say this year probably won't be at Vado. Hopefully, after this year, we'll be able to support it for years to come." Overton and the Longhorn Factory Team made their debut at the Gateway Dirt Nationals earlier this month. Overton looked to be set up for a really good weekend as he was the top qualifier in Group A on Thursday night, but a flat tire in his heat race put him behind, and he never really recovered after that. He did eventually get into the feature, but on a fast time provisional. He ended up finishing in 14th after starting in 20th. However, 5 of the cars that finished behind him were DNFs, including Ashton Winger and Ryan Gustin, who were running in the top 10 for much of the race, putting on a show, actually, even though I think some of us, we weren't able to see much of it on the camera. We saw a lot of Winger, but we didn't really get to see Gustin, but he was definitely making some moves there before he had some kind of mechanical issue, I think. Despite the poor outcome, Burroughs was positive about the experience. He said this: "The dome was good. Obviously, we didn't have the results we wanted, but at that time, we hadn't tested yet, so that was our first time at the track. The weather was kind of iffy, and I didn't think we were quite ready yet, so that was our first time at the track. All that went excellent." When he's talking about the weather, I guess they were supposed to test at Sonoya, but I guess there was like rain around there, and the track was real wet, so they weren't able to actually go down there and get on the track to test. Nevertheless, he did add this: "We had some speed, but getting to work together with the guys at the track, being with Brandon, and all that went perfect. The communication was great. Our team's solid. We knew that before we got here, but it's still nice to get to the track." So that is the latest on Brandon Overton and the Longhorn Factory Team. They will indeed be chasing the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship, at least according to Burroughs. They will also be racing in all of the events at Speed Week, and it doesn't look like they will be racing in the Wild West Shootout out there in Vado Speedway Park in New Mexico. I definitely feel like this team is one of the favorites heading into the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship this year. Clearly, they are going to have some tough competition. Obviously, Garrett Alberson will also be returning to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Unclear whether Ricky Thornton Jr. will return to defend his championship. I think Hudson O'Neal and SSI are also returning to Lucas Oil. Maybe I don't know if there's been an announcement on that. I guess maybe I'm making the assumption there. So obviously JD usually is running Lucas Oil, so expect him to be there. So lots of tough competition, but I definitely feel like Overton with the Longhorn Factory Team is definitely going to be one of the favorites to make that Final Four and compete for the championship at the end of the season. And it looks like everything is going really well for them team-wise, albeit didn't get the finish that they wanted at the Dome. And I kind of got set back there with that flat tire on their heat race on Thursday night. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know what you make of Overton and the Longhorn Factory Team jumping over from the World of Outlaws to chase the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Championship this year. Obviously, Overton coming off of the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Championship this past year. He did not compete in either the World of Outlaws or the Lucas Oil Series, but he did win Hunt the Front. So let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.